program, Kamran. This has been going on for the best part of 3 years. Why is it that this is getting so much attention?
I think there are a couple of reasons. One has to do with the fact that there's been a growing criticism of Saudi Arabia in recent months over its role in the Yemeni war, especially because there's a growing perception within the international community that the Saudis are to be blamed for the lack of any peace efforts, and more importantly, for the horrendous humanitarian situation and the crisis that is emerging there in the form of diseases and whatnot. And secondly, in this specific case, it seems like the Saudis are on the defensive because clearly their forces have been responsible for this carnage.
So does this mean, or what do you think, will this mark a turning point for the humanitarian situation, which is really dire, and the conflict itself?
I think this moment will be forgotten, unfortunately, because, in your report, your colleague mentioned that, we've been here before. And so we're probably going to see similar situations down the road, unless the great powers in the Security Council, the Americans and the Europeans, they decide to put pressure on the Saudis. I don't think there's anything that'll deter them. This is just a dog and pony show to get over the current crisis.
Well, on that point, why aren't the major powers doing anything about it? Because if you had something similar happening in Syria, which as is now, they get involved and they want to see it bring an end to the atrocities and to the fighting. Why is that not happening in this instance?
Because Saudi Arabia is a Western ally, and there's a Western consensus that Iran is a hostile nation in the region, and weakening the Saudi position would only embolden Iran, and it would upset the already considerable imbalance of power in the region. And so there's just no interest in going after Saudi Arabia. I'll draw an analogy with Syria. The Western community, opposes the regime of President Assad. No one's willing to actually take any action against the regime because of the unintended consequences of empowering other sort of undesirable actors in the region.